If you book an Uber or talk to Siri, then you've used AI. If you try to get a loan from the bank, then you are screened by AI. When you browse the net, then targeted ads are sent to you by AI. What price you pay for your home or car insurance is decided by, you guessed it, AI. And if you get in trouble with the law, whether you get jail or bail could be decided by AI. Funnily enough, we humans have always had a mistrust towards AI. Well, we did until Jarvis. Is it all Tony Stark's fault? It's interesting how powerful film and television is and how it influences our lives. Only problem is, the AI that has already begun to alter the experience of what it means to be a human being is not Jarvis. It is unrestricted and it is not controlled by a goodie. Join us as we discuss the things you need to be aware of, as we have no choice but to welcome AI into our lives, homes, and it won't be long till it's in my bed. You probably think that's a joke, but it won't be long.
That meme, like 2025, it was like...
I haven't seen that.
Have you ever seen it?
No, but you probably think it's a joke, but it won't be long before technology is so good that bots and AI will be indistinguishable from your partner. They'll laugh at your jokes. They'll do everything your partner does, but with the exception of all the things that you don't like. You know when she starts arguments with you? Delete behaviour.
Starts
whinging. You know when she tells you that she's too tired? Delete behaviour. You know 100%. What I'm talking about.
We all know.
You know the bot doesn't get tired, and the bot doesn't just starfish either. So nobody in their right mind
throwing it back.
So nobody in their right mind would choose the real life version of their partner that has the qualities that they don't like over the perfect partner, which is very, very interesting, you know. And that's something that's going to happen in the future.
It's going to have to happen.
Pause this video right now. Go and read Code Dependent by
Madhumita Murgia. And when you've read it, you can join for the discussion.
Or you can join us anyway, because we're going to tell you all about it. Did I say it wrong?
No, you just forgot. My name's Elijah.
My name's Elijah.
And I'm Joseph, and welcome to the Aisha Library.
Because, you know, I was thinking about the name. And I was thinking about if we had that author here, we could ask her
if we
butchered that.
She'd be
No, but
like
it's
this.
her fault for having the name.
Facts. Facts.
Get married or something.
The first 3 letters of my name is Mad.
You know there's people out there with names that have gotten married not just to drop their name, but they can't wait to get married just so they can drop that name.
Beginning of her name is Mad. That's all you need to know.
But yeah, no, honestly, you know, would you be silly to pick the real life partner over the bot? Because imagine Apple could come to you and say, you know your girlfriend, I know you love her, but guess what, we can give you a replica. But you can program her to not do things you don't like. I mean,
love the TV shows you like, for example.
And that's just base level.
That's scratching the surface.
You know,
I know obviously that's not. Yeah, some people don't watch TV.
I personally, I'd have the both of them. But she couldn't even say you're cheating on her.
You could be like, I can have the perfect one and my girlfriend.
Oh,
exactly. And
but yeah, you would be silly to take the real one, wouldn't you?
So it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense. But these are deep questions you're asking, to be honest.
Well, these are questions that, guess what, we're going to have to deal with.
Do we settle for each other?
Maybe not in our lifetime.
Yeah.
I think it's likely it will be in our lifetime.
Someone's going to have to deal with them.
These are these problems that are coming.
It's like, do we settle for one another? Because there's no one else. Yeah. Do we settle for the best we can find?
Because you might say, but I want to have a baby. But guess what? They got IVF already.
Facts. I said
gonna fertilize
it's
an egg
crazy
for you.
You say this because all of this I said to my dad this morning. Like I was talking about it this morning. We went for a couple of subjects, and I literally said like, bro, if AI could have babies, I'm not gonna lie, women, what do you hate this question? But what do you bring to the table? Because they hate that question. They hate it.
Yeah, we don't want to get into it on there. We don't want to get cancelled.
We don't want to get cancelled. But is that not you know? Why can't we ask that question? Anyways.
Yeah, censorship, innit? I had high hopes for this book, but it's a bit too wokey for my liking. She talks about Kenyans being exploited by Google and Pornhub and that they should be paid a Western wage. And I thought, this is capitalism, mate. The reason why companies are paying Kenyans is because they provide cheap labour. If companies have to start paying a Western wage, then it means that the consumers have to foot the bill. And if the author thinks I'm going to start paying for Pornhub,
come on.
I spend enough on OnlyFans anyway.
When I forget to cancel it anyways.
You're like, for fuck's sake.
You always see that direct debit come out. Might as well.
I've got to use it now.
I'm dead.
Even the workers who have been exploited are glad for the opportunity. But But yeah, if it's not cheap labor, then how else are we going to improve poor parts of the world? But that's the only bad thing I had to say about the book. I mean, there was quite a bit of waffle as well.
Yeah, no, it was a waffly book.
But what did you think?
With the beginnings of every chapter, like,
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
the first chapter, when I was getting into it, you know, I fell asleep in the first chapter. I fell asleep in the first chapter because I got home from work and then I sat on my computer or whatever, and then I was sitting
You got
in my chair.
Pornhub out?
Yeah.
And you was like,
On my second time, I was like, it's there as long as I know it. X videos.
OnlyFans, Pornhub.
X videos, obviously. We don't do Pornhub. But I fell asleep because it was literally it was the beginning of every chapter. It was like, there's a girl from Mumbai. And there's a guy from Chicago. And I was just like, where is this going?
They told the Uber one, I don't know if you remember that bit. They said, they started with him at his job before he started working at Uber.
Bro,
and then he got fired for that job. Then he had a period of inactivity. And then he got into Uber. And then
it's a tragedy.
It was
and it was like, Carl, what's his name? Carl Rickinson or whatever. He got arrested. And the police were, I was just like, where is this going? If I knew where it was going, then it wouldn't be so bad. But it's like, I don't know where this is going. He might not even be the guy we need to fucking know about. Could be anybody.
We've actually got two different. So the other book needed to be cut down. Well, no, both of them need to be cut down. Actually,
both of them need to be cut down.
Too much. Waffle.
This one was like, but this one is worse because it's like
it was needless.
It's needless waffle, and this is supposed to be a facts book as well. You're supposed to have facts in this.
Not
necessarily nothing else.
But that wasn't it, mate.
Yeah, not necessarily nothing else. Do you remember that book we read about? I think it was about AI. And it was like the guy was saying it in an entertaining way.
Yeah.
And it was like, if they did that sort of thing, then it wouldn't have been so bad. It would have been somewhat entertaining. I would have been laughed, smiled, etc.
Did you like the book?
I liked it a lot.
I liked it more than the other AI book. The other AI book was like...
I know why you said that. Because
let me tell them
as well.
Let me tell them. I liked this book because it wasn't trying to scare the pants off me. Whereas the other one... I mean, there's a place to get your pants off. Trust me.
Of course.
Right? But I like this one.
I don't believe in pants.
But yeah, how many you got? Because I've
got 3.
All right, let me go first then. Mistaken identity. A 2018 study from MIT Media Lab found that facial recognition systems from major tech companies like Microsoft and IBM had significant accuracy discrepancies based on race and gender. While they could identify white male faces with over 99% accuracy, the error rates for identified darker-skinned women were as high as 34%. These biases explain why black individuals are more likely to be misidentified and falsely accused. These failures are not just technological glitches. They have real-life consequences, including wrongful arrests, financial burdens, psychological trauma. Robert Williams, a black man in 2020, was arrested in front of his family after facial recognition software falsely identified him as a suspect in a theft case. Williams was detained for over 30 hours before police admitted the mistake. And it wasn't only him. Michael Oliver in 2019 was falsely accused. Nigel Parks, another black man who was wrongfully arrested due to an error by facial recognition, where Parks was jailed for 10 days.
10 days is insane.
10 days! And had to spend thousands of dollars defending himself, even though there was no physical evidence linking him to the crime. 10 days! Can you imagine getting arrested for something you didn't do? And you'd say, but it wasn't me. And the police would say, yeah, whatever, mate.
That's what everyone says.
Yeah, literally. There's nothing worse in the world than when somebody doesn't believe you when you're telling the truth.
You're literally telling the truth.
She's just a friend.
Oh,
she's just a friend.
No,
yeah, whatever. No, but that's horrible. Mate. When you're telling the truth, I'm telling you. I know I lied before, but I'm telling you the truth this time.
Jesus,
I'm always lying, but this time I'm telling the truth.
Listen, the boy that cried wolf. The boy that cried wolf, man. Like, boy.
That is so true.
At the end of the day, this guy literally said the wolves are dead there. And they was like, all right, mate. And it was dead there.
That's probably one of the oldest tales of time, honestly.
Of course. And it's one of the most relevant tales as well. This guy lied so much. And then when them wolves pulled up,
yeah, he was like, I told you.
Oh my days. Oh, he would have loved to say I told you, but he was busy crying for his life, innit? Do you own your image? Imagine you had a doppelganger, someone who looked exactly like you but was not you. How would you feel if this person were to post sensitive pictures online depicting themselves, yourself, in embarrassing or revealing situations? With the help of AI, however, this is closer to reality than you might think, thanks to deep fake pornography. People get your pictures on social media, they run them through AI software, bang! Elijah sucking 2 dicks, jerking off 2 more. We've talked about AI porn before and likened it to psychological terrorism before. But what's especially scary about it is how indiscriminate it is. If it could happen to 15-year-old Elliston Berry in the middle of her PSATs and found out her classmate had posted AI porn of her, and it can happen to Taylor Swift, billionaire pop artist, within a year of each other, both of these cases, then it is clearly not limited to class or colour or creed. For all of human history, our images have been our own. That was part of what it meant to be human. The next generation won't grow up with any of that. Any of it. AI has literally changed what it means to be human, and of course it goes without saying, these images do not come down. This internet's forever.
Yeah,
it's forever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's crazy though. The next generation, they're not gonna know what it's like to like when you grew up, you know, you was born, you grow up, and it's like your image is your own. You're unique. You know?
That was an interesting point that you made though. If you did have a doppelganger that was doing madness,
yeah, you'd be like,
yeah, but you'd want to sue him.
Yeah,
you'd want to sue him, and I don't think you could.
Even if you could or couldn't, it doesn't matter. You'd want to.
You'd want him to stop.
Yeah. You'd want to stop him.
So that is it's interesting. It's an interesting conundrum, and I think we're social animals, so we're worried about our status. When that's the reason why we don't like it, because obviously if you only saw the material, you know, it's not a big deal. But because obviously people are seeing it, that's why.
Yeah, you know, people are gonna see you in public. Be like,
even if they know it's not you,
even if they knew it wasn't you,
they're looking at.
You're never
like this.
Yeah, you're never gonna know. You're never gonna know, and it's like the uncertainty of it all. I remember you asked me a great question one time about deep fakes when you was like, you saw your girl getting blacked when it was like it's not your girl. Packed in, getting her doors kicked in. But it's like, you know it's AI, but it looks exactly like her.
Yeah, and it's gonna affect you mentally.
Bro, that's why I liken it to psychological terrorism.
I'd have to break up with her.
Boy, listen, we laugh, but it's like, you don't know what you would do in that situation. You see her later on in the day, you're like...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Sort of thing.
In Amsterdam, the government uses AI to predict crime. In Amsterdam, the top 400 list was an initiative aimed at identifying and monitoring individuals deemed high at risk of engaging in criminal behaviour. This list included individuals with no prior criminal record.
Jesus.
The selection criteria was based on various factors including socioeconomic status, educational background, and associations, leading to concerns about inclusion of innocent individuals. And you might think that sounds like a good idea, but it was executed terribly. Children were put on the list, and it was almost like a blacklisting. Once people were put onto the list, it was almost like a dooming. Think about it. Would you hire somebody on the top 400 list? I mean, in your eyes, they're already a criminal. You're not gonna want to put them on behind a cash machine, are you?
Of course not.
You're gonna be like that machine. So
when the till's empty, you know?
And then these lot, we couldn't get a job, so then they'd end up committing crimes. And then the AI and then we're like, well, the AI was right.
Yeah, 100%. They're misusing statistics. The statistics are being misused.
So, you know, the crime predicting, I mean, it's a good idea. Who doesn't want to be able to predict a crime? But once you put that on somebody, he's on the top 400. That's it. You're done. And then you're not even gonna want to be.
You're not legit.
Yeah, you're not even gonna want to be friends with that guy because that's gonna make you closer to the list.
100%.
It's gonna make you closer. So now they're excluded socially.
Yeah,
they have to commit crime.
They literally have to be a crime. Because what can you do if you can't get a job and you can't talk to anyone? What can you do?
You don't even want him in your shop. He's coming.
Listen,
he's going to his groceries. You're
Facts.
like, nah.
Facts.
I don't even want to know you, mate.
It's either that or die. It's either steal or die.
So, you know,
that is crazy.
Powerful tool,
That's
you know.
powerful.
You know, you've ruined someone's life
bro,
just by putting them on a list.
Just because they might do something. And it's like, because they might do something, they ended up having to do it because you thought they might do it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Interesting, fascinating stuff.
That is fascinating.
Fascinating, and this is what I said about this book. It wasn't a direct AI is going to take us over, but it's just going to fuck us. That's what it's. That's what this book says. Yeah, it's going to fuck
bend you over and lube you up,
which is pleasurable for some people.
If you like that sort of thing.
If you like that sort of thing,
do you know what I mean?
More power to you.
Clench up, or don't clench up. Sorry.
Oh God.
There is a lot of science in this book, a lot. But when you read some of the books that we read, you realize when a book is written by scientists for scientists, one term that is central to this book's content is algorithm, a word that the author uses repeatedly. The word algorithm is, however, never actually clearly defined, or at least I didn't see it. So she would basically be saying, what happens if the algorithm puts your child in court for a crime they didn't commit, sort of thing, which I assume is meant to be concerning. It would probably be more so if I knew what an algorithm was. I mean, I think I know what an algorithm is, but I also thought Vikings wore horns on their helmets. I think if you're going to explain to people why an algorithm can be dangerous, we should probably know what an algorithm is versus what we think it is. So, you know, you have all these words. It's one of those words. You have these preconceived ideas about things. Like I said, you know, you watch TV and you think Vikings have horns on their helmets, and then you do the research. You're like, oh, they didn't ever. You know, ever. So it's like, oh, where did that come from? You don't know. TV, probably. Doesn't matter where it came from, but it does matter that you didn't know it. So, you know, you hear this word all the time, algorithm, you know, YouTube algorithm, Facebook algorithm, Twitter algorithm, and you think, oh, it's a machine that decides who sees what I see, you know, and maybe it is that, maybe it isn't. But if you're supposed to be teaching me something, you're supposed to be, you know, writing this book of facts, etc., and algorithm is such a central word to this book as well. You use it so much. Yeah. I think it would have been...
That's a good point. That should definitely be defined, and we should understand how these machines do what they do. But because the people who are programming don't understand, which is what we learned in the other book, they don't know why AI learns. They know how it learns, but
they don't know that it does as well.
they know it learns, and they can program it, but they don't know why. They have no idea why. So they've just found this thing, and they're like, well, that worked, but we don't know why you work.
Yeah, it's just like, we don't know what your motivation is for working. And that's... You know, that's probably why every AI book is scary. You know, they're going to take us over because they're like, we don't know why you're stockpiling so much information, especially about us.
In 2020, Kaveh Vaseli, a programmer in Uber Eats delivery driver, developed an application to investigate potential discrepancies in Uber Eats payment calculations. His findings suggested that the platform's algorithm does not accurately account for the total distance travelled during deliveries. He discovered instances where the platform's calculations underestimated the distance, resulting in lower payment for drivers. So what I understood from that is that we have AI fucking up, and then we have another AI fixing the fuck up. So we literally have an AI battling already.
Yeah, of course.
But the thing to note is that if we, or should I say, as we continue to automate our things, it does open the door to monumental fuck-ups. Because imagine you're an Uber Eats driver, and Uber come to you now and say, Mr. Joseph, we can see from our accounts that we've been overpaying you for the last 5 years, and we want the money back now. It's like now you feel like a victim. And are you?
Facts. Yeah. Because it's like, bro,
that was your fucker.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
5 years.
That's a lot of money that you want me to pay back. It doesn't matter
how much they've been overpaying you. For 5 years, it's still a lot
of money. Bro, I'm telling you, you're not seeing that. I'm telling you, you're not seeing
I've been struggling for the last 5 years. I've been struggling.
So I should have been struggling more. No, that's insane. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, no. But yeah, so these AIs, what they can, if you automate things, I'm moving country, you know. I'm gone. You ain't finding me, you know. I'm changing my name. My name's not Joseph no more.
That's what I'm saying. It's Michael.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, nah, facts. You're not seeing that money again. 5 years is a nice bit of change. That's a nice bit of change. When they tally them bananas and you see how much you have to pay back.
Why did you leave it so long? They were like, oh, we wanted to cash in.
No, there's no way. When they tally up them bananas and you see how much you owe, Jesus Christ, you're not seeing me again.
Yo.
You better not tell me how much I owe. You better just like try and take it. You better take it back 1p. You better just the smart thing to do, take it back 1 pence a day, just for forever.
Yeah, do that.
And then tax my nephews or whatever, and tax my children, whatever it is. You know that's what these men do anyways. There's a lot less fear-mongering than I expected from an AI book. The last one we read was a bit more focused on the cataclysm stuff about AI and how it will take our jobs and take our women and eventually snuff us out into extinction. Don't get me wrong, I'm still scared. But the angle of code dependent was much more about the dark side of technology, more about how it's a tool, like a car. only as good or evil as whoever is behind the wheel. Then again, she could be trying to lure us into a false sense of security. AI could have bloody written a bloody book. We don't know.
Plot twist.
We could never relax her to be permanently on guard. I'm more scared now than when I said he could have written a bloody book. That's what I would do if I was AI.
And the only problem is it's only 1,000,000 times smarter than you. So
oh my God. It can only write a book in 3 fucking seconds. Do you know what I mean? How long does it take us to read a book? Just write a book in.
But it's weird. It's a weird concept because you can upload a book onto AI and it will know everything immediately. It's like, how do you do that?
You read it already.
You just copy and paste and it's got it all immediately.
They don't know. We don't know how it learns.
Honestly, I use ChatGPT sometimes and like... It's insane, it's so like a person. So I'll give you an example, right? I will say, I'll write a paragraph of my notes and I'll say, could you word that better? And then they'll word it better. And I'll say, you know what? Can you add this as well? And I say, and rate what you've said and rate what I've said, the updated version, and which one's better. And the AI said, all right, yours is a little bit better because of this, that, and that. And I said, are you just telling me that because that's what I want to hear, that mine's better? And they said they were making jokes with me. And it was just like, it could so easily be a person.
Yeah,
you know,
it was just but this is why the Turing test is significant because it's like...
We're screwed, basically.
Yeah, because like...
we're all going to... Sorry, Joseph. We're all going to have AI best friends. And it's like, you're not even going to want to talk to anyone else no more. What am I talking to you for? I mean, I've got a Joseph version over here who doesn't sleep. He can work 24/7. What do I need you for?
I'm telling you, there's people that don't even want to talk to people now. And this is before like the whole chat GPT. People live online now.
People are scared. There's people who go self-checkout and they will not go to a person on the till because I just don't want to. I don't want to. That's what humans are now.
It's me. Yeah, I always go self-checkout.
You don't want to interact with no one. I'm scared. Social anxiety. It's like everything's pushed towards automation. So as soon as you don't have to leave your house for shopping, which you don't already,
bro, Uber Eats, bro. You never see the chef, you never see the guy who brings it. He leaves it at the door, he rings it, you pick it up and grab it, and it's like
the food down, rings the door, and runs away.
You never see the guy who packages or makes your food. You never see them.
You don't want,
so it's and in lockdown, that's really what it was, to be honest, because you couldn't go anywhere. You know, you have to Uber eat some food. You know, hear the engine outside your front door or whatever, and you open the door, the food's there, you grab it, and it's like, bro. Yeah. Imagine you make food, you never see who eats it ever.
Yeah, that's true. Is it my turn?
It's insane. Nah, I done my last one.
Microsoft initiated a program in Argentina where they utilized artificial intelligence to help them predicting teenage pregnancies. The objective was to identify girls aged 10 to 19 who were highest at risk of becoming pregnant within the next 5 years. The AI system analyzed various data points including socioeconomic status, educational background, family relationships, and access to healthcare services to generate risk profiles. Additionally, concerns were raised about the potential for stigmatization and discrimination against young girls identified as high risk, potentially leading to social exclusion or other negative consequences. So my question is, imagine that's your 10-year-old daughter. Are you angry at Microsoft for this reading? Imagine your daughter getting called a whore by AI. But yeah, or imagine getting locked up.
AI, don't lie.
Imagine getting locked up by your parents because of the reading by AI. You know, is this a good thing? Is it a bad thing? You know, I'd be like, well, you should have thought about that before you get pregnant in the future. But you know, it's like, what do you do? Is it better to know about and use this information? Wouldn't you prefer to know that your daughter's is at high risk of getting pregnant in the future?
Look, I mean, from a objective standpoint, you think, information can't be bad, you know, it's just the more you know is the more you know. Having said that, I think the point this author was probably trying to make, I'm not going to try to say his name again, but is no system is perfect. Like, no system is perfect. Even when you think a system can be perfect, it's not going to be.
They want to ban, so basically, I'm probably going to butcher this, but I heard this in the news, so basically they've got software that can tell you what you're most likely to die of or something like that, or how likely it is that you have like 100,000 disorders. Yeah. So it could say, you know, because of your hereditary line or whatever, you might have, you've got a 10% chance of Hunter's disease. You've got this percent this, and they want to ban that software. They don't want to know. So people don't want to know, sort of thing. Is it better to not know, or surely it's better to have the information?
Well, people always say ignorance is bliss. People say ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
They've been saying it for years for a reason, you know. This steak is delicious. Was it from Matrix? But, yeah, people say ignorance is bliss because it's like sometimes the more you know, sometimes the less you know, sort of thing.
So do you want to know, or do you not want to know?
Well, I watched this movie one time. I can't remember what it's called. I only watched a little bit of it, but it was like there's a number on your wrist, and it's the amount of minutes you got left to live.
Timberlake, yeah.
Is that what it's called?
I think it's called In Time.
I didn't really watch it properly, but it's like
It's got a decent film.
It's got the amount of time you got left to live, and then when that hits 0, that's the sort of thing.
Saying you'd rather just put clothes on and not know?
Listen,
surely not having that. Surely not having that is worse than having it.
If you don't have it and everyone else has got it, you probably be the happiest person alive.
No. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
What do you mean?
Not having it is definitely worse than having it.
Why?
Because that's anxiety, not having it. At least if you have it, you know if you're good. You can never rest easy if you don't have it.
We can't rest easy though.
Exactly. So I'd rather have it.
So you'd rather have it now if you could choose to have it or not.
If I can see it counting down, I'm not wasting around.
What if you see one? What if you see one? You got to start beating your dick then, innit? What else is there to do?
Let's end with quote of the day.
Quote of the day. Even if you are not ready for the day, it cannot always be night.
Yeah? What do you say?
Even if you are not ready for the day, it cannot always be night.
Oh, so it's coming.
What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
It's coming whether you're ready or not.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's a coming.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. Well, listen, it's been great. Till next time.
Till next time.